what's happening. Graeme Smith is coming out to bat. A series that has gripped us from first.
In a time when South Africa needed a leader, a young man stood up, not with words, but with courage. This is the story of Graeme Smith, the captain who refused to break. Born on February 1st, 1981, in Johannesburg, Smith was just a schoolboy with big dreams. His father played club cricket, and young Graeme would spend hours hitting balls against the wall, dreaming of the green and gold jersey. Though when he entered international cricket, few believed he would survive long. His batting style was unorthodox, but his mindset was extraordinary. At just 22, he was handed one of the toughest jobs in world cricket, to lead a team recovering from the Hansi Cronje scandal. But leadership doesn't come from age. It was 2003. The world was still questioning his captaincy. A 22-year-old leading a wounded South African side. But Smith had an answer. Not in words, but with his bat. In the first test at Edgbaston, he unleashed pure dominance. 277 runs, crafted with patience, power, and pride. It wasn't just an innings, it was a statement. But the story didn't end there. In the very next test at Lord's, the home of cricket, Smith returned, hungrier than ever. Another double hundred. 259 runs. Back-to-back double centuries in England as the youngest captain in Test history. The world had witnessed the rise of a leader. Graeme Smith was no longer just a player. He had become the backbone of South African cricket. Smith wasn't just a batsman, he was a general. He led from the front, facing the world's fastest bowlers with a smile. Under his leadership, South Africa conquered England, Australia, and the world rankings. You judge a captain by how his team fights, and South Africa fought for Smith. January 2009, Sydney. The sun was setting on the final day of the test. South Africa were fighting, but the match was slipping away. Slowly, painfully. Their captain, Graeme Smith, sat in the dressing room, his hand fractured, his body exhausted. Most would have accepted defeat, but not him. With his country watching, he did the unthinkable. He walked back onto the field, bat in one hand, pain in the other. Every step echoed with courage, every heartbeat with pride. The crowd stood still. The world watched in silence, as a broken man carried the weight of a nation on his shoulders. It wasn't about runs anymore. It was about heart, about spirit, about what it means to wear the badge of your country. That day, courage had a name, and it was Graeme Smith. Over 100 tests as captain, the most by any in history. A leader, a fighter, and a symbol of South African resilience. Graeme Smith didn't just play cricket, he built an era. Leadership is not about glory, it's about standing tall when your team needs you most. If courage had a face, it would look like Graeme Smith. Subscribe for more stories of legends who changed the game.